Hey Jeffrey, Scott from HeyUGuys. Let's see you again. Congratulations on the film. Batman has his costume, Gordon has his moustache and his glasses. Tell me about that moustache and putting on your costume to play Jim Gordon.
Yeah, fans are so incredibly invested in these characters. There's 80 years of history behind it. You gotta give them some of what they want. Ideally, you give them more than they expect, but Gordon's mustache has become something fairly iconic. So I had to grow that thing out and make sure it was well represented, that the legacy of that mustache was carried on. So,
well, obviously this is not an origin story for Batman per se, because we've seen origin stories before. Did Matt give you any info as to what Gordon had been up to in those year and a half before the film begins?
Well, yeah, we talked about how they might have come together, but what was really important was that Gordon was a lieutenant, was still a cop in the street, which kind of activated his journey through this film and really placed him in the middle of things, because Matt wanted to make a film, yes, it was a Batman movie, but also one that was noirish and mystery driven, and also focused on Batman as the world's greatest detective. So it really gave opportunity for Gordon to be involved in things in a way that maybe he hasn't been previously, and for this partnership between Batman and him to be elevated a bit more, because that really goes back to the comics. Yes, this is it's Detective Comics, it's DC, and so we wanted to really celebrate the origins of all of this and bring it back home in a sense.
And just finally, I mean, if you get to do this again, are you hopeful that your Gordon follows all the others and gets to drive the Batmobile one day?
People underestimate the coolness and the power of Gordon's Ford. And it's a shame. Yeah, the Batmobile, if I had a chance, yeah, I'd get behind it. But that Ford, you really don't know what you're missing and not completely adoring and worshiping that Ford Prowler, But anyway.
Pretty good motor in itself, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of meh.
Thank you so much for your time. Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey,